Hi friend, welcome to Born for Homeschool. My name is Rachel Bourne and today let's chat about homeschool goals. So my guess is when it comes to goals, you're in one of four stages. So maybe you're the first type of homeschool mom where you say, okay, homeschool goals 2024, I've checked that off my list. I have my homeschool goals and we're all set. And you could just scroll past this video. Maybe you're homeschool mom number two where you say, I am on Hot Mess Highway. I am loving every minute of it. I don't need homeschool goals. So you can just scroll right past this video. Also, this might not be the video for you. So maybe you are then option number three, where you say, okay, I love goals. Let's chat about all the goals for 2024. I submit to you that there's also a camp number four, a homeschool mom number four, an option number four, where you could say, all right, I see that there are areas that I want to improve in my homeschool. I am going to take action this year and to make these improvements happen. And if you are in that camp, then this video is for you. All right, so let's start with why do we need to write down our goals? You may just have some ideas of things that you want to change or things that you want to be different about your homeschool. So let's talk about the benefits of writing down your goals. The first reason that we write down goals is because writing down your goals will help you to monitor progress and to stay motivated. So that's the first reason. The second reason we write down goals is to identify our strengths and weaknesses and where we need to adjust and what we need to adjust to get to where we want to go. The third reason is to ensure that we have realistic and achievable goals. Writing things down just help to really clarify whether our goal is a little too lofty or whether our sights are not set high enough. Writing down those goals just really helps to ensure that they're achievable. We can actually reach them. The fourth reason, and I think it's one of the most important reasons that we write down goals, is to make sure that we get where we want to go. We're all spending our lives somewhere. We're all doing something. We're all filling our time somehow here on this earth. And so having goals, writing down goals, monitoring our progress helps us to make sure that we're spending our life how we want to. We're getting to where we want to go. The fifth reason we write down goals is to give you a framework to create a system. Now, here is something really interesting that I just heard over the past 2 weeks. I can't remember exactly the date that I heard it, but I was listening to Sean Kennel from Think Media. He's a YouTube channel here. He's just a great guy. Really got a lot of wisdom and insight, and I really appreciate the things that he teaches. But one of the things he said that really stuck with me is, and I'm really paraphrasing here, but what is the difference between those who have goals and those who achieve the goals? Because there really are two different people. Like, we all have goals. We all want to look a certain way and want to earn a certain amount of money, even if the goal is just get richer or to get thinner or whatever. We all have these ideals, these goals. And yet, what is the difference between the people who just have them and the people who achieve them? And he maintains that the difference is the people who achieve their goals are the people who have a system in place to help them reach those goals. And I've really been thinking a lot about this, even weeks prior to hearing him say that, because I was thinking a lot about eating more healthfully and rearranging the way that I menu plan and grocery shop. And it really is like totally revamping our food system, if you will, our menu planning and our food, because I want to achieve a certain goal. I want to be eating more healthfully. I want to eat real foods, lots of vegetables, and just things that are different from how we are eating or how we were eating. And so it really became this like investment of how do we change the system to reach our goals. And so that was just the beginning of realizing that if you want to reach a goal, you have to set up a system to get there. And sometimes that's habits and routines and rhythms, like setting up a system to get you to where you want to go. Right, so that's the fifth reason. And the sixth reason to write down your goals is to give you some accountability. Honestly, if I don't write things down, I don't remember. I have all these grand plans and grand ideas, and oh man, I can just have all the thoughts. And yet, if I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember. And so having that accountability is a sure reason that I have to write down my goals. Okay, so if you saw my last video, I went through and planned out my month of January, and at the top of my homeschool planner, I had some goals that I wrote down. And the goals that I wrote down, my top 3 goals for January was I wanted to enjoy one activity with my children each day. I wanted to find something to do with them to connect. The second goal that I had was to continue our daily read alouds. We've gotten into a really good routine over the last several months of homeschooling. And even when we weren't homeschooling, we were really doing a good job of reading aloud together. And I loved that time. It was a really sweet time. I wanted to continue that. And the third thing I wrote down was that I wanted to have time outside every day. I wanted my kids to spend time outside every day, at least 1 hour, a 1 hour minimum. So as I've been thinking a lot about like our goals and our homeschool this coming month, I realized that these goals were not as specific to homeschooling. They are specific to homeschooling because they're just part of our lives, and homeschooling just kind of is a part of every part of your life. But I really wanted to modify these goals, and these are definitely my goals, but I wanted to have some additional goals that were specific to homeschooling. So the additional goals that I decided to put in place for the next 6 weeks from now and until the end of February. I wanted to, first of all, do science with my kids each week and have it to be a fun thing. My older daughter does a separate science from my younger kids, and my younger kids usually we read a portion of the science book and then they have some activities to do. Our science that we're doing this year is through our co-op, and so there's usually assigned reading and certain projects that we do throughout the week here before meeting up to learn the lesson or to do additional activities in co-op each Monday. And I really want that to be a fun thing for my kids, even here at home, even reading through the curriculum. I want it to be a fun time. Sometimes our science gets kind of, shoved to the end of the week where we're kind of rushing through it. And I don't want to do that. I really, specifically the next 6 weeks, I want to make special time to be doing something enjoyable, fun, connecting with my kids while doing science. So that's my first goal. My second goal is to be doing math 4 times each week for the next 6 weeks. I have realized that we are really only getting about 3 lessons of math done in a week because we have co-op on Monday and we don't normally do math when we get home from that. And then we do school Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then we usually do something different on Friday. An activity, an adventure, we do something different usually on Friday. So we're really only getting 3 lessons of math a week, and I'd really like to increase that. Just taking stock of where we are through our math lessons, I'd really like to be doing at least 4 a week. So that's what I have for my second goal, is to make sure that we're doing math 4 times a week. And then the third goal that I have may seem really silly to you, but I want to make sure that we clean off our school table at the end of each school day. It's just the smallest thing that you can do at the end of the day to set up for the next day and to make you ready for the next day. That's my third goal for this coming 6 weeks, is to make sure that we, at the end of each school day, we clean off the school table and put our books away, put our papers away, and get it all ready for the following school day. So when it comes to writing down our goals, I have a couple of cautions or things to just think about for you. The first thing is make sure that the goals that you make really matter to you. So in my previous planning video, where I showed you that I planned for art and music and just different things throughout the week for our homeschool, as this last week started and we went through our homeschool day, those things are not a main goal for our homeschool. And so when it came to whether my kids were going to go outside for an hour or if we were going to do some fun art project, I sent them outside because my goal is that they spend an hour outside every day. And so make sure that the goals that you're making really matter to you. And it meant that we didn't get to do the fun art projects that I had thought we might get to do, but instead they were actually meeting the goal that I had for them. And the second thing is to create a system or a plan to help you reach your goals. So create some habits, create a new routine. As I'm looking at doing math 4 times a week, what do I need to change in our lives to make sure that that one extra day we are getting a lesson of math done? And that might mean that when we come home from co-op and kind of decompress, that we all meet back together before dinner time and do some math. And that might be what that means for creating a new habit, something we haven't done before, but just so that we get that extra lesson done for the week. It's important that you have some sort of way that you're going to reach these goals and that you kind of think through and plan out, is this really important to me? Because it's going to mean that life is a little bit different or a little bit uncomfortable from what we've been doing. So those are a couple of things that I just wanted to mention when it comes to setting goals, is to make sure that they're really important to you, and to make sure that you set up a system or set up a way that you're going to get from here to where you want to go. So if you have written out your goals today and you are saying, yes, I want to take action, then leave me a comment below. Just leave me a comment that says, I'm taking action, I'm writing out my goals. Now, at the end of February, I'm planning to make a check-in video to just check in with you guys about the goals that I've written down for today. So if you would like to have me check in with you specifically, then leave me a comment with your name in it. It could be something like, hey, I'm Julie, I want to work on handwriting. Whatever it is, you leave your name in your comment and what you want to check on, and I will check in with you at the end of February. I will ask you in the video how you're doing. Talk about accountability. Now, if you're just taking action and you don't really want me to check in with you and call you out by name, then just leave a comment that says, I'm taking action today, and I'm excited to see what the next few weeks hold for the next 6 weeks of our homeschool. So thanks so much for being here today. I hope that you have some goals, some exciting goals, some things that you're going to put systems in your homeschool, in your life, so that you can meet those goals, so that you can be successful, so that you can be encouraged and motivated to be working towards doing better, and to be working towards connecting more and just enjoying homeschool. So I hope you have a wonderful week homeschooling, and I will see you again in next week's video.